Welcome back. It's Saturday. And we have the base all together, working on the interior dividers. And before I fasten those in place so I can know my dimensions for the box, which is one of my next tasks, I decided I would put a little grab handle in that middle divider there. And I'm doing that with a Forstner bit, which drills a nice hole on the drill press. So I thought I'd show you how I'm doing that real quick. My backer here, set up a little fence. Make sure it's clean so everything comes through flat. Turn it so I can see my hole. There's my center point. And then what I'll do is I'll drill this end, and then I'll just kind of nibble over until it goes all the way across, smooth it up, and then I'll throw a round over on there. Won't bore you with all the details, drilling, bore, get it, but I'll at least show you how it goes here. And there we are with all the holes drilled. I should probably give a shout out to, I think it was Johnny Dollar on the SAS Wire, who gave me the idea. He built a similar cart, only his center divider was higher, which I actually like the idea of that, just in case that gearbox wants to tilt back. When you tilt it back, higher would keep it up in there. But I was out of this kind of wood, and I figured, well, I could get this together, and if I absolutely needed that higher, I could remake it then. Otherwise, I wanted to keep moving. You can see that leaves a few little ridges, and this is where it pays to be a tool hog and have all the right tools for the job. Just smooth it out. With the oscillating spindle sander. You got to be careful because it's real easy to go too far with the spindle sander. And go for light passes. And keep it moving. Better, not perfect, but I am thinking I'm about ready to call that good enough. That side is okay. I'm gonna call that good. I'll be back. Get set up, and now we'll just throw a quick round over on there. Make sure we're looking at the top. Round over. Now we'll do the other side, which I'm going to have to be careful when I get to there. See how that lines up with my bearing first. Then we'll do both sides of the inside. And there we are, completed round over on both sides. and our top edge, so that reach through there. It will be nice and comfortable to grab. Lift up your cart with. Plenty of room, but not too much. I like it. I'll throw some sandpaper to it real quick, and away we go. One thing the roundover does, it really accentuates all of our little bumps in there from the way we milled it, but without having a completely perfect template and flush trimming with the router bit, it's not going to be perfect, but it's certainly good enough for this. Onward and upward. Putting in my dividers now, and you've seen me drive pocket hole screws, so that part's boring, but what I'm doing here is I use these little spacer blocks to position this shelf or divider where I wanted it. And the nature of those screws going down in there is going to want to pull it down, so that'll hold it perfect position. I've added this Kreg right angle clamp here just to hold things so it's flush there, because the bottom was wanting to push it up a little bit. So we just drive the one screw, take this out, drive that screw, and away we go. See, there's a little gap there. I'm not sure if I was a little bit short on that piece, or if that board is bowed a little bit out, which is what I suspect. But get that in there. For what this piece does, that is plenty good. We can get the bit out of there. Okay, check back later. Here we are, Saturday again. Had to take a 2-hour break to help my boy with his second flat tire in as many days, so I got him back on the road. But have made a little bit of progress. As you can see, have the handhold cut. You watched me do that, I think. Oh well, anyway, got that piece installed. Got the back piece installed. These pieces fitted a little bit more so that they slide nice and easy. Still think I need to remake that piece because it's a little bit loose for my taste, but we'll kind of go from there. Need to be thinking about some feet for this thing, so have the axle, had to file the holes a little bit to get the axle in there, but you're starting to see more of what it's going to look like. So I'm working on my design for the box, and my idea, basically, if you can see that, is kind of an old-timey shipping crate with just simple frames backed by plywood. But figuring out my dimensions, because camera's probably rocking because I'm doing this handheld, which didn't turn out too good in the last one. So I want the bottom one to stick up so you can see it there. And then figuring my dimensions from there, and figuring out my cut list, how many pieces I need of what, and then looking at the one 8-foot board there that I was hoping to use for the rails and stiles of this box, and I am woefully short. I think maybe 2 or 3 of those boards is what's needed, so I need to step back, decide if I want to redesign this or go buy more wood, and I think it's a good time to break for dinner. So I will catch you later. Hopefully I'll get some more work done on this tomorrow after I figure out my design changes or wood purchases. Take care. You can see I have two of the frames done for the gearbox, and I'll show you real quick how I've been doing that. What I've just been doing is using this scrap piece of plywood to keep things somewhat aligned, then using this flush clamp and driving the screws. So I'll continue with that and check back in after I get the other two panels made. I don't know why, but every time I decide it's time to film a short little clip, the furnace kicks on. Anyway, as you can see, the panels are all done, or the frames. The frames are all done. There will be plywood panels back behind here, just plywood all the way across the back. And I'll probably stiffen that on the inside with a rail going across right here, which a removable tray will actually ride on. So that'll be a nifty little feature. These actually sit down flush, but I think I'm going to adjust the way I'm going to do the bottom so they sit up like this, because I kind of like that. And this, of course, is just the lid for my cart sitting up on there, just to kind of show what it looks like with about a 3/4 to an inch overhang, which is what I think I'm going to go for. And kind of thinking about maybe a padded seat, but I'm going to have to figure out how to do that. But anyway, yeah, sorry about the bobbing camera work. I have to kind of sidestep to get around the saw here. But give you a look at the other side, and there you go. That is going to be a good sized removable gearbox. I think it will be plenty big enough for ammo, parts, Gatorade, whatever you might need at a match. And I'm hoping I measured right, so once the feet are underneath there and the wheels are on, that's going to be a good height to sit on. If not, well, I screwed up, but not like that hasn't ever happened before. So anyway, I think I am going to end part 3 here, just because it's Sunday night and I probably won't have time to get back to this until, let's see, I have Tuesday off, so hoping I'll get some stuff done, get those frames put together, the bottom on, plywood panels in, and we will just kind of go from there. That'll be exciting, and then I can start on the uprights and the push handle. And once I get that done, we are going to be pretty close to putting on some finish, which is another one of the parts of the project that I don't like, because that's a good finish can make or break a project, and I'm not very patient when it comes to putting on finishes. So, okay, there you go. Hope you join me for part 4. It's looking like maybe 5 parts, because I am going to do my best to make sure I show this thing after it's totally done, because I hate it when you follow a series and it stops with the last construction and never shows what it looks like after the finish has gone on and its final project. So anyway, there you go. See you again. Hope to see you down the trail. Until then, watch your top knot.